Enough Clipper High, friends. Today is going to be a more of a informational type video. While one of the most explored characters in the old canon, at least post Return of the Jedi, in canon we don't know much about Luke Skywalker post Return of the Jedi, except for obviously once we hit the sequel trilogy era. So today I wanted to go over all the stories featuring Luke from Return of the Jedi to The Force Awakens. Immediately after the victory celebration in Jedi, in the year 4 ABY, we see Luke and Leia work with some Ewoks to take down a Gorax in the animated miniseries Forces of Destiny, Season 2, Episode 14. Fast forward a brief time later, anywhere between weeks to months, we have two stories that take place pretty close to each other that show Luke hunting down Jedi relics. One being the story mode of Battlefront 2, and the other being the comic Shattered Empire Issue 4. After this, we don't know much about Luke until 5 years later in 9 ABY, when he shows up in The Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 16, to rescue Grogu and Mando from the Dark Troopers. And likewise, we see him shortly afterwards in The Book of Boba Fett, Season 1, Episode 6, Training Grogu. After this, timeline-wise, we don't see Luke for several years. We see flashbacks of his training academy in 17 ABY, and an encounter with the Knights of Ren in 19 ABY in the comics The Rise of Kylo Ren, issues 2 and 3. After these events, we get Luke in the novel Shadow of the Sith in the year 21 ABY. This story depicts his team-up with Lando as they hunt Ochi of Bestoon. And after that, we really don't know anything else until 28 ABY, 7 years later, when we see in the flashbacks from The Last Jedi that after Luke confronts Ben Solo, Ben falls to the dark side and destroys Luke's academy and kills his students, leading Luke into exile, where presumably he was living the same day-to-day routine for 6 years until we finally revisit Luke in The Force Awakens in the year 34 ABY. And that's everything we know about Luke between trilogies. I know there's a book out there called The Legends of Luke Skywalker, but those various stories are told from the perspective of Canto Bight kids, and to my knowledge have never been confirmed to be 100% canon. And I know there's stories that mention Luke, but as far as stories that feature Luke in the flesh, this is everything. Hopefully that fills in some brief gaps for people who only watch the on-screen stuff, and hopefully this gives some pointers on specific stories to look into if you want to know more than the very brief details I provided here. Otherwise, thank you for joining in and may the Force be with you. Always. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. If you liked the video, comment down below and hit that like button. Oh, and check out some of my other videos. I'm sure you'll find them in the light.